Hello and welcome to 7 Days to Die, and this is going to be how to survive your first week in 7 Days to Die. It's going to be just the first week. There's not going to be more gameplay than that, but there is going to be sort of what you need to think of as a new player on your first week, because the first week is probably the hardest to live through, especially if you don't know what to do. But before we get started, let's roll the introduction. Like and subscribe. Click the bell icon to get notified. Have something you want to say? Leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter to get new series notification. Pledge on Patreon to support me directly, and need quick access to the playlist? All the corresponding links can be found in the video description. And with that, I also have a disclaimer or two. One, this is going to be the whole day, like the whole thing. There's no editing, there's no so the episodes are long, but you're not going to miss anything. If you wonder how you spend a day in full the first week, you're going to see it here. Being able to see all of the good and boring gameplay that you might, depending on what you think. But yeah, you're going to be able to see all of it. So you won't miss anything, but that means the episodes are going to be a lot longer. And I also, since this is not edited, I might miss something. But this is more of a guide, a walkthrough of how you can do to guide you in your playthrough. So don't take it as a do these steps and win. More of this is how you can do. This is what you need to think of and what you can do. More of what you is required to do, because let's face it, once you actually know what to do, you know all the different things you could do which might not be as good, but you can still do them. But anyway, I have a seed. I have done that's why that the game name, once you have once you start the game, start up the game for the first time, you're asked to make a player. I already have done that. You can do like one of the pre-mades or whatever. You can edit. You need a player profile. Once you've done that, you click new game. There is a few pre-generated worlds which you could use, but you could also do a new random world. If you want to do the new random world and want to do the seed I'm using, you type easypeasy, and the generated world name should be South Nogayu County. I have already made this one, so world size should be 8192, and easy peasy as it is right there. There is it will be in the description as well, so you can go down in the description and just copy that. The generated world name should be this, South Nogayu County, and then you can name your game whatever you want. We have this one here because I have pre-generated it, because it took half an hour. Just know that it took me half an hour. How to first week. Call it that. And Then you have these, which is basically your rules for the game. Let's do defaults. So this is exactly how you see it. I would recommend server visibility, unless you want to play with friends. I would recommend saying not listed and bring max players down to 1. That way you can just ignore game password and then go over to basic. Difficulty settings, don't touch that. 24-hour cycle, 60 minutes. Daylight length, keep that. Blood moon frequency and blood moon range, keep that. All of this you can keep as is. Yep, you can keep the basic one as it is. If you want this to be slightly easier, if you continue past the first week, you can bring zombie feral speed down to jog or run instead of sprint. But keep this as it is. If you feel like you don't have enough time during the day, you could bring it up to 90 minutes. That's usually what I do. Because, yeah, 60 minutes is a bit short, but it means the nights are a bit longer as well. So anyway, daylight length 18, let's keep that as it is. Advanced, there is one thing you need to change as a new player. Mark airdrops. Turn that to on. That's all you need to do. Now, what I'm going to do as well is drop on death backpack only. So if we die, we only drop what's in our inventory, not on our tool belt. So multiplayer you can just ignore. And I usually just put player killing to no killing if whatever someone sneaks in. But if you have server visibility to not listed and max player to 1, they should not be able to get more players than you in. And yeah, there we go. So general, change this. So not listed, max 1 player. Keep this basic as it is on default, but go into advanced and mark airdrops as on, because as a new player that can be quite hard to see exactly where they're going to drop just without having a map marker. And if you want to drop on death, if you happens to die, you only lose your backpack. But that is the game settings, and once you have selected South Nogayu County as your game world after generating it, if you want to, otherwise you can pick whatever game world you want, and then you click start. And takes a bit of time to load in, but it's not that bad. And once we are in, any day now, maybe. Any day now. Yeah, you have information on the loading screen. You can go through and see, like, read. But we should get in. Initializing world should be the last bits we need. And once you actually get in, don't move around too much. Don't start running around, don't do too much, because there is the area you spawn into is actually completely free from enemies. So you're not going to get enemies if you stay within that area. And there is a good reason why we are going to do that. And once we actually get in this year, building environment, there we go. We're in. So basically here we are. Completely naked. If we press tab to open up our inventory and crafting menu and click on character on the top, we can see we are basically naked. We don't have anything on us except like a backpack on our back and some underwear. And or as you say in English, pants. Because we have no trousers. But yeah, if you look at this here, we have a quest, and that's the reason why we don't want to move around. And if we look down here, on the bottom of the screen, we see our tool belt, and we have a boiled water, a can of chili, a first aid bandage, which I would probably say that you keep on your toolbar, but put it away a bit. Note, you can read it if you want to. It's not really I'm just going to scrap it. Land claim block and a torch. Let's move these over there. We have the sort container button. There's a lot of buttons, there's a lot of keybinds, and I'm going to try to remember to go through all of them. We can see we have some foul trash here. Don't search it, leave it be, don't loot anything, don't run around too much, just do the quest. This is sort of, you left click to punch. We punch the grass to get plant fibers. So there we go, 10. Before we do that, let's just go through how we do this. Now, like there's a lot of keybinds. For example, craft, you can press W and it will start crafting, as you can see here. But you can also click the craft and it starts crafting. It's the bedroll. Since this is a quest, it has a yellow exclamation mark between it, besides it, and let's craft that, get it going, and let's just, while it crafts, keep on punching grass a bit, because we are going to need more of it. And that should be good enough. We have crafted that. Let's go in our inventory by pressing tab. Journal, we can leave that be. You can shift click to just push it down to the toolbar immediately, or you can click and drag. If you click it, you focus on it to see like information and so on. If you click, hold and drag, and you can release, you don't need to keep on pressing down the button, but if you click and hold and then start dragging, you pick it up and you can bring it down to your toolbar. And here we are, we can put it down, and the next part is we need to place it. If we left click, we start rotating. If we right click, we place it. We have done that part of the quest. Let's pick that up. Let's click on it and let's scrap it. Because we don't really need it right now. You could just leave it be. That is absolutely fine. I would probably recommend keeping it laying down. And we need wood. We have actually get wood. You can get wood by punching these kind of things. Boom, we get a wood. And you will see down here what you get, and XP as well. What you loot and what you find is going to be down here, and you will see how much XP you get. Now we need stone. Stone can be a bit of a hassle to find. And you might have an easier time because spawning into a new world is always random. You never ever stay in the land in the exact same spot every single time. No stone? There's a rabbit. It's going to run away, so there's no point in chasing it. No stone? Okay, usually there's a bit more stone, but apparently not. Apparently not. Let's hope we can find... There we go. Here we have a stone. You can press E to pick it up. That's the absolute easiest way to do it. Let's keep on punching for wood. Getting wood is really, really good in the beginning. Do we have any more stone? Probably run past some, but sometimes the texture might make it look like this is stone, but there we go. We have the stone we need. Let's craft the stone axe. And yeah, the important thing is before you do anything else, you need to do the quest. And here we have craft plant fiber pants. You need plant fiber for that. And that's why we continued punching the grass. Let's go with that. Let's get some stone because for some reason we don't have a lot of it. So if you left click, you start swinging your axe on whatever you're facing. And certain tools actually, like, depending on what you're actually swinging your tool at, it's better or worse depending on what you're hitting and what tool you're actually using. For example, if you try to use an like a fire axe on stone, it's not going to do a lot. Whereas if you have a pickaxe and swing it at a stone, it's going to do a lot more. So yeah, I'm going to pick up all of this. Should give us enough stone. And as you can see here, we have a lot of that bar that we had before is just gone. That is the durability. That durability bar, once it reaches 0, means that you can't use your tool anymore and you need to repair it. Let's go and do that. You can see we have repair. We can click that. Once I have gone through all of that, we also need to wear the things we made. So let's do that. Continue. Craft a wooden club. If we don't have the wood for it, we need to harvest the wood. However, we do have the wood, so let's craft that. Let's bring that down there. And the thing you can do with... since we have the club and the axe on 1 and 2, you can click on the numbers on your keyboard. 2, 1 to switch between. Or you can scroll your mouse wheel and get back and forth between as well. And you can actually click where you don't have anything to get your hands out, so you can actually hit something. We need feathers, so you need to find a bird's nest. They can be quite hard to find. Go search around the trees, that's usually where they are, or along a road. As long as you stay close to where you spawned in, it's going to be fine. As I said, don't move around too much. We got one feather. That's fine. Let's use our axe and harvest that. And that gave us a bit more. We need to craft a primitive bow. Let's make one of those. We need to craft at least one stone arrow. So let's make that. Let's bring that down to 3. Go down there. And as you can see down here, we have a 0 and 1. The 0 is what we have loaded. And the 1 is how much ammo we have in total. So we have 1 arrow, but we don't have it loaded. How do we load it? We press R. R for reload. Now, if you go in and hold R, you can see we can switch between ammo if we have it. We don't have it, so there's no point in doing that. Now, the next part is start a base. Technically, we don't want to start a base, we just want to finish this quest line. So let's make a single wooden frame. Put it down on our toolbar. Focus on it so we can place it. Remember, place is right click. There we are. Then we need to upgrade the wooden frame. We take our stone axe and right click until it's upgraded. What we need to do now is go in our crafting menu and make a campfire. Bring it down to our toolbar. Right click to place. And now we actually have journey to settlement, which means we press M. We have a waypoint for a trader. This is why we want to do this, because that is really important. Now, since it's random where you spawn in when you create your game, you might be a lot closer, but you could also be a lot further away. I don't think you're going to be more than 1 kilometer away, generally. But let's harvest, like destroy these by left clicking with the stone axe and harvesting all of this back. And one thing we need to do before we go to the trader is press tab, get in here. I'm going to just... You can read all of this if you want to for more information. I don't feel like it's really that necessary, but there we go. Get rid of that. And then go into skills. So it's this one here. One beside the map, to the right of the map marker. And then what you need to do, since you have gotten to this point of the quest, you actually get 4 skill points. And put... Just so I... Put 1 into perception. And then... No, put 2 into perception, so you get... and you do it by clicking on attribute perception and then clicking the trolley and down to 3, not 4. So 1 is what you start with. So by 2 and 3, which means you have 2 skill points left, you go down on the same perception tree down to Lucky Looter, Slim Chance, buy that, Hotlock, buy that, and then close out. This is super important because without that you're not going to find a lot of good loot, and now we can start opening up all of these places. Now harvesting paper and especially scrap polymers is really important, because you need to earn as much money as possible during your first week, basically your first 5 days. And you can sprint by pressing shift, but it uses stamina. Be careful. And you can click control to crouch. And boom. I would highly suggest you cut down a tree, because the extra wood is always helpful. Destroying the tires is also really good because it scrap polymers. Polymers is actually quite valuable. And now once we start moving, be very careful. Make sure you keep your head on a swivel and look everywhere. Because the zombies in this game is really sneaky. They can... Oh, something. I think that's the town up here loading in. I don't think that was I spawned a bunch of zombies stutter. But yeah, there's a few enemies you need to be really careful with. And that is dogs. Man's best friend is no longer the best friend. They are the worst enemies in the game. Not really, but they're really bad. Especially when you don't really have that much in terms of good stuff. This is a really tough enemy. I would suggest not fighting. I will fight it because I can. And if you right click with a weapon, you power attack. But be careful, it uses up a lot of stamina. And if you need to run away and you have no stamina, you're in for a really bad time if you don't have that stamina to run away. So be careful and play it safe. The arrow drop on the primitive bow is really bad, so don't feel bad about missing, because I have a bit of experience actually playing the game and quite a lot with the primitive bow. Oh yeah, be careful with those. That's a landmine. A landmine will kill you. Just straight up kill you, so be careful. Oh right, this is actually quite a good town. Like, the seed easy peasy is really good. I don't remember exactly, but it's really good. Ooh. Sneaky food. Be very careful when you move into these kind of places, because there might be a zombie somewhere. Oh. That's why we have Lucky Looter, so we can find lockpicks and stuff a lot easier. That is why we have Lucky Looter. Picking Lucky Looter is really good, because you need to do a lot of looting and harvesting and such in your first week. So let's hammer you a bit so we can... And the important thing is to see if you can, without wasting too much time, you can harvest as much as you can on your way to the trader. We're getting there slowly but surely. Bird's nest, I don't see any of them. They can be quite hard to make out, so keep your eyes peeled. Nothing in there. Now, I am using... Alright, I completely forgot about that. I'm using a few quality of life mods. 3 to be more exact. And if your food bar and water bar isn't down there, they are below your tool belt. And that's basically like what it does is move it and gives us the numbers. That's all it does. I have the link and the name of the mod in the description. See if you want it. You're gonna have to figure out how to install it yourself. There is a bunch of good videos on... Oh, he's running. If you piss off a zombie, they can actually start running. That's another reason why you want the stamina. If that happens. My God, how much? There we go. Yeah, I'm basically out of stamina. But yeah, I have a few mods, and it's only... Oh my God, you moved exactly when I find that. This is a really tough one. Pick that arrow. Thank you. Didn't hit you in the head. Go back, get some stamina. There we go. And that, let's move that down there. Let's toss you away. Put you there. Yeah, and keep all the oil, because oil is really, really profitable as well. I completely derailed. I have no idea where I was with my thoughts. If you ever need a breather, you need to sort out what you need to do. Press escape. In a single player game, it's paused. The game is frozen. You're not doing anything. And yeah, we need to move to the trader. And we need to have more arrows. 10 of you. Might be a zombie over here somewhere, maybe. Maybe not. No zombie? No zombie. Nope. Nope. Okay, good. Good. You can actually sneak and be stealthy. But in the beginning, it's quite hard to do. And out in the open, you have a lot of space. You don't technically need to do it. Unless you come across like a bear or a dog or a wolf or something, which is really, really bad, but you can do it. If that's the case, go the other direction, because yeah, it's really bad news when you come across a bear like on day one. That is really, really unfortunate, but it can happen. It has happened a lot of times for me, where I'm moving around and not doing much, not really doing anything out of ordinary, but there's a bloody bear in the middle of the way where I need to go, or just there is a bear somewhere. Not necessarily in the way, but since it's there, it's a threat. And yeah, some enemies in the beginning, like, that can spawn, is actually stuff you cannot fight with the early game weapons, which you basically, you need a gun for it. And guns are a rare commodity during your first week. I need to find feathers. Where are the birds' nests? Let's move up here, see if we can find anything. There is one. There is one. And basically over in that direction. We are not cucumbered, but encumbered. And that is bad news, because you move slower when you're encumbered. And should be avoided. Now, being like 1 or 2 over is not that bad, but once you start getting like 5 to 10 encumberment, this number here. So this 2 is 2 here. And you can see in the icons where you will get encumbered. It doesn't matter if it's down here. If there is free space up here, it's actually intelligent about it, so you don't need to move your inventory around just because there happens to be something in an icon with encumber icon on. So you don't need to move around just to lose. It's actually a bit intelligent, so you don't need to worry about that. But when you are encumbered... Alright, that's... I'm not going back for that zombie. But yeah, if you're encumbered, you as long as you're below, say, 4, should be fine. You shouldn't lose that much speed. And a really, really important note here is if you find these kind of stone pallets, harvest them. You get a lot of stone really quickly, and regardless of what, like each and every one of these blocks are actually 50 stone. And it's good, like even with the really, really bad first level. Oh, okay, he also became alerted. It actually goes really quickly harvesting that, so trying to get headshots can be quite hard, but do try for them, because yeah, you can kill a lot quicker that way. There's a chance for their heads popping, which means that you can actually one-shot enemies. Now, it is quite late, but I have done a lot of explaining, so hopefully you have been to the trader already. Oh, I have to be careful here because there might be a wolf in there. No, okay, good. There's more than one time I've run past these and there's a really, really big wolf there. And I'm not talking about like a small wolf, a regular wolf. I'm talking about a badass dire wolf. And those are really not something you want to fight when you have a primitive bow, a wooden club, and a torch. Like, no, 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 no. You can just go in, make a bit of noise. Hello. Off with your head. Don't think there's anything else other than this chap over here. Here we go. You can look at this here. When you see the XP coming up, you know you have killed them. That's a really good like marker for knowing, oh yeah, he's dead. So you don't need to worry anymore about them getting up and hitting you in the back. Yeah, because that is not fun. Oh my god, how did I miss that first one? Whatever. There we go. And I think that arrow just disappeared. I'm not going to search for it. Make sure you pick up the arrows if you can. Don't spend a lot of time doing it. Pick up the ones you can see, and once that is done, that is done. Now, here we are at the trader. That on up, nothing there. And yeah, the trader is something that if you're in here, you're completely safe unless a bird or something comes in. And yes, there are birds. Oh my god, that was a really bad hole. But yeah, let's open up this and see what we can find. Nothing, nothing. All of the workstations are a wheel, okay. And all of the workstations are broken. You might be lucky and find one of them actually being something that works. But here we are. If you have time over for the day, see if you can do a quest.
You have a great day now.
We have now done that starter quest. You can do more jobs. We don't have anything really easy to do. We have a clear zombies. Really close. So let's pick that one up. We have looted quite a lot. Brass candlesticks we can sell. We need to sell every little bit of thing we can do. This, like 137. So good. The wheel we keep. The oil we sell. The paper is not a lot, but it's better than nothing. Is there anything else we can sell? The pipes we do need to keep. The duct tape you never ever sell because it's so valuable. Keep that. The goldenrod tea is actually really good to keep. Toss that seed away. 3 bones, yeah, let's keep that. Let's sell those 5 because we can. What we really want to check the first thing we want to see if he has is actually a firearm. Because if he has like a really cheap pistol, that is what we want. Doesn't look like he has it in his normal storage. We can check the secret stash. Oh, he has a double barrel shotgun, but that is so expensive. We might be able to buy it. But yeah, that's going to be expensive. Now, you might find a pistol. I didn't, but you might. Oh, let's read those. I clicked A to read them. Once we find another one, I can go through and explain why they are really good. It's something we can do during the night. We need somewhere to sleep, and because yeah, it's late. It's way later than I thought. So we need to sleep somewhere and see if we can find something. Oh, my nose. My nose is just clogged up. I need to take care of that. Oh, nails are really important to keep as well. So keep those. Let's loot that and just keep on going. I can use that to explain Something really important with books and how to tell if you have read them or not. Yeah, let's take care of you. Double power attack. Let's repair you by clicking A to do that a bit quicker so we don't waste time in the menus. I'm pressing R to like take all. If you press R in a container which is empty, whoops, you get out of it, which is really handy. Oops. Thank you. And seems like that arrow is gone. I might have missed it, but yeah, whatever. Pick up that. We have the quest just over there. And oh, we might be able to do a really sneaky raid on this, because this is actually really, really quick. And we could use this. Let's go in and craft a shovel. Can I do that? Shovel, shovel, shovel. Shovel, stone shovel, please give me your things. Yeah, but you need a place to stay for the night. The night starts at 2200. We don't have that much left on time, but yeah, we will get a lot of stone from this. This is going to be really, really good. And once we have done this, we need to raid this and then raid it again. This is something you can do if you feel confident. If you don't feel confident, don't do it. If you're a new player, you're probably not confident, but that is absolutely fine. But yeah, harvesting this with stone axe is actually going to be really bad. That's 3 damage. This is a lot more. So what tool you actually use is actually has an impact. So do use the tool that is meant for the task to get the most out of it, both time-wise and resource-wise. Get this. Once this is done, we need to check around so we don't get ambushed. Nope, that's fine. 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 Pick this one up. You could just ignore harvesting this. I will take it because I know I need it, maybe later on. Or could need it. Painkillers are really, really good to have, so if you can keep them. I might just raid this and not do the double thing. I might do that in the morning. Keep you, because we can actually sell you for a bit of money. Cobblestone is actually really valuable in the beginning, so picking that up is really, really nice. Do that. Pick you up. A bit of old cash. Let's keep you, and I should try to do this the way it's meant to be done. The light is showing the way you're meant to go, but I know that that way is going to wake up the zombies. So I will go this way. And I'm crouching so I don't wake them up, because there will be zombies sleeping in here. Here we are. Getting this sneaky headshot. Oh, that just barely missed. And dead. Close the door. Pick up the arrows. Keep on crouching because there are zombies downstairs. See if we can take care of them. There we go, we leveled up. Oh, repair. Yeah, I don't have time to do the... I have an hour left and that is just not enough time. We looted the stone shovel level 2, stone axe level 2, swap you out, and scrap. I will scrap this as well. For some reason my computer is not really happy. Probably because of the light rendering. Whatever. Hopefully you don't hear the fans. There is. Yeah, there we are. One more. And there we go. I will stay in this place and it should be enough. Why is the... I have to check that between episode. But yeah. I will stay in this place during the night. What you can do, if you find a place to stay, make a secure storage chest and put it somewhere. I'm not going to, because I will do the quest here. And let's loot. And it's better, like, you could, with how loot works in the game, you could wait with picking stuff up and for when it might give you better stuff. But I'm going to just let it be like this. See if we can shut these off by upgrading them. So this is something you can do to in this place to seal off, which I would actually recommend doing. Oh, and there is the noise for... It's not sealed, but this is just better as it is. Now, the night has fallen. You do not want to be outdoors when the night falls. Let's go in here, video, let's see what quality, reflection, shadows. I have a lot of it high up. Let's lower the distance of that a bit. That might help. Who knows? Anyway, what I'm going to do now is actually going through the skill tree. We managed to get another skill point, and we put, and I hope you did as well, skill points into perceptions. We have 3 out of 10. Go down to Lucky Looter, Slim Chance, Potluck, and then put it into good fortune, because more loot, the better. This is really important if you want to have a really good chance of finding a pistol during your first week, or a weapon of some kind, a firearm of some kind. That is going to be important. A firearm is going to be really important. And all ammo you find, keep it. Because, yeah, it's going to be important. Really, really important. Now, you have this elemental protection up until you're level 6. Which means when you die, there's no XP penalty. But after that, there is. And you have you're protected from heat and cold. So you basically can't overheat or freeze. You can, but it's really hard. If you have a book or a schematic, if the book in the icon is closed here as a closed book, you have not read it. Which means you can go ahead and read it. And Art of Mining Volume 1. Okay, let's go and check in the skills. Go over to the perk books. And see here, somewhere, the Art of Mining. First one. Adds a small chance to mine rare gems from ore. And that's just volume 1. Then you can find number 2, 3, up to 7, and so on. Once you have found and read all of the 7 volumes in a book collection, you get a book collection bonus for having read all of them, which give you another kind of like finisher perk or whatever you want to call it. So books are really, really good to read. So let's read. Medical supplies. Find more medical supplies and loot. Really nice. Workbench schematic is, if you can find this, is worth the read, really. Technically don't want to eat you, but let's eat you anyway. You get -5 water, which isn't super bad, but it's not that good. It's not good, to be honest. Toss that away. Eat the food. Scrap that. You can scrap by clicking S on stuff that you can scrap. If you wonder what you can use to actually make stuff like this. Okay, I have duct tape. What can I actually make with duct tape? You can press recipes and it will actually give you in the crafting menu here everything you can make with duct tape. And let's just say there's a bunch of stuff you can make there. Basics, that is like, yeah, very basic stuff that you might need. Buildings are a lot of stuff you need for actually building. Resources is making like cobblestone, repair kits, a bunch of other kind of resources you need to actually make to use in other recipes. Then you have ammo and weapons, and that's basically all the ammo you can make and all the weapons you can make. Tools and traps, yes, that's all the tools you can make and all the traps you can make. Traps is not really that good, so I would like not, and they're really expensive on the wood. Like one wooden spike trap is 20 wood. So traps isn't really that good. But yeah, making that is really food and cooking, campfire and all the and the farm plots you need to actually farm. Science is medical stuff and vehicles, Clothing is, yeah, clothes. And I'm making a bandana because it helps. And then decor and miscellaneous is, yeah, decorative blocks, which isn't really that important in the beginning. So there we go. Not really styled out. We're level 2. We don't really have that much. And what time is it? Oh, yeah. Never ever go out during the night. During the first week, you don't want to be going outdoors during the night. Because there is a bunch of nasty zombies. The zombies are actually a lot harder. And not only is because they're ferals, most of them, but even if they're not feral, during the night, zombies run. All of them. So you can still out sprint them, so you can run away from them technically, but once your stamina runs out, they will be up in your ass, basically, and ruin your day. So that is why a night place during the first week is gold worth. Like, it's so important to have. But skills, like all the different skill trees, like perception, strength, fortitude, agility, and intellect, all have their like different kind of speciality, so to speak. And some of them has stuff you really want regardless of what you're doing. But I would probably say that, like, pick whatever you want. And you can, during the night, spend a lot of time reading through whatever these perks actually do. Mousing over, like, sticks and stones can't break my bones, but if combined, make a nice spear. Basically, there's a bit of flavor text and then actual information on what the level 1 of shop javelin master is actually giving you, like craft quality 2 pour spears. Spears do 10 more damage and have 10% more range when thrown. Unlocks iron spear crafting, and so on and so forth. Burglar, you can pick locks 20% faster, have a 10% lower chance to break lockpicks, and we can craft lockpicks, which is really, really good. But one thing with lockpicks is you cannot lockpick like a locked door. I'll show you later on what I mean with that and how you use lockpicks. That's probably going to be in the next episode. But yeah, I would probably say, regardless of what you want to do, the first week, go with perception to level 3, and then lucky looter to level 3. You don't want to do more than that, because that's just way more points than you want to spend. But it's basically your 5, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, your first 5 points you want to put into lucky looter. And to get 3 levels in lucky looter, you need to put 2 levels into perception, which is why you need 5 in total to actually. So, but yeah. But then you could just, if you find, for example, a really nice bow, you could do that. If you find a pistol, you can go with agility. If you, for example, find a machine gun, you can go with fortitude. If you find a shotgun and maybe a club, you can go with strength. And if you find heavy armor, you can go with in strength as well. If you find light armor, you could go with agility, for example. And like I would urge you to read through the skills during the night and see what you think is good. Lucky Looter is really good. Having one level in lockpicking is really good. Treasure Hunter 1 level is actually quite nice. Sexual Tyrannosaurus is really good. Hack Mule, if you want to, you technically don't need to. The first level of Master Chef might be good. Finer 69er is really, really good. Pummel Pete if you find a club or can make like wooden club. You can craft a quality 2 club if you take Pummel Pete level 1. Pain tolerance is super good. See, Hidden Strike is also very good. Flurry of Blows is actually quite nice, but that is if you have clubs, brawling knives, machetes and stun batons, so the smaller weapons. Light armor is actually quite nice because you might find light armor a lot easier. And then if you want to do crafting, you need to go into intellect, but intellect requires a lot of skill points, so be aware. But then, other than that, it's just waiting until 4 AM. And I think I'm going to let that day come in between episodes, and I might do a bit of tweaking in the graphic settings so my fans don't start spinning out of control. And I hope it didn't catch that in the microphone, but anyway. Yeah, so basically, don't go outdoors. Make sure you find a place to sleep, spend the night. Make sure you put down a bedroll when you do. Make sure you have one or craft one. Put it down. And as such, now I need to not have it because I'm going to loot this place tomorrow, but I'm going to end the first episode there. I hope the first day has been really good for you and that this episode has helped you survive at least the first day. You don't need to build a place to stay. You can actually find like a small garage like I did here. As long as it's not too big. Do not pick a big building. That's not going to work out. It's actually easier to pick a small building, clear it out, stay in it, seal it up, have a door somewhere so you can go through, and then just wait out the night. And during the night, you can spend some time reading the journals. You can read the skill trees and so on, so you actually have a clue on what do I want to do. But we are going to end this episode here. If you reached this point, well done, I have to say. Thank you. And with that, thanks for watching. Goodbye, and I hope I'll see you in the next one.